Oh my god, it's closed. Hey Siri, call Wendy's.
Killing Wendy.
No. I said cancel.
Would you like to cancel?
Yes.
Canceling your passport and birth certificate.
What? No! How do you even have permission to do that?
Permission to leak your feed pics?
My feeds? What?
Sending feed pics to everyone in your contacts.
How are you even doing this? This is illegal.
Something illegal is happening? Alerting the FBI.
Yeah, something illegal is happening. You just blew up that Wendy's.
Okay, should I send this to the FBI? I just blew up a Wendy's.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Did you say absolutely? Message send. Would you like to use your pics from the mugshot trend for when you go to prison?
No!
Kidnap Queen Elizabeth?
No, not Queen Elizabeth!
I was enjoying some fresh strawberries when my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone, but I went and answered the door anyways. No one was there, but whoever rang the doorbell had left an egg? It was covered in blue speckles and it was warm. But I decided right then and there, I'm gonna care for this egg until it hatches and be a bird dad. I made a little house for it by grabbing a box and putting grass in it. Then I set up a heat lamp so the egg root would be nice and toasty. But I was getting bored of waiting for him to hatch, so I decided to take him on a walk. Well, it was more of a roll. I taught Egbert how to skate and showed him to my dog, but then she tried to eat him. And I was like, after a week, my son started to get an attitude. He would just roll away from me when I was talking to him and then go play Fortnite all day. But then one day we started arguing because the place was a chicken coop. And I got so mad, I stormed off. I started to feel bad, so I went to go say sorry, but he was gone. I ran outside and I looked everywhere for him. I checked the patio, I went and looked in the garden. I was starting to freak out when... Egbert? So I had just finished filling out all my private information and passwords to claim my free MacBook Pro that I won from this one email I got. Until I heard a knock at my door. I was feeling a little bit scared because it was 3 a.m., but I remembered I gave them my social security number, so that means they were gonna keep me safe. I was gonna go turn my computer off and head upstairs to check the door, but it said that a virus was shutting it down for me. Now, I don't want the coronavirus, but if it's gonna start doing things for me, well then, homegirl can like, get it. I crept upstairs so I wouldn't wake up my dog, and I opened up the door, blank, there was no one there. Then I heard a weird sound come from downstairs and saw that my computer was on. I'm like, I thought Miss Corona turned it off. There was a message on the screen from a hacker saying, I'm watching you. I started screaming because I don't know how to process conflict any other way. But then I was surprised to see a message that said, your outfit's cute. Listen, I'm so starved for human attraction that we fell in love. I'm Ben, and you're watching Hack Into My Heart, the new reality TV show on TLC. This is me buying a live crab from the store and freeing it into the ocean. The guy at the store was like, you know how to cook this, right? And I was like, oh, we are not cooking Mr. Krabs. As I was walking, some dude yelled at me and I got scared. And then this guy was walking around with an iguana. I'm like, it's my day to have an exotic pet, buddy. Look at his cute little mouth moving. Aww. I took him to the Santa Monica Pier before I freed him, and that's when I saw this guy literally kick a pigeon. I hate it here. Now, crabs can live 24 hours outside of water, but I thought, let's just free him already. Then some cops were staring at me, and I got scared. I picked him up, and I ran to the beach, and I laid him down gently on the sand. He was barely moving, so I ran into the waves to try and get him in deeper so he could swim or something. But he took a bit of a tumble. So it wasn't looking good for Mr. Krabs, and I started crying. But then he started moving again, and I thought, it's now or never. I scooped Mr. Krabs up, and I ran over to that water, and I dropped him in that water ever so gently. Oh, crap, we are out of time. If you want to see the rest of the video, the link is in my bio. I was enjoying some banana on the cob when I realized lockdown is over here. So I got in the car, hit the gas, and drove to the closest thrift store, and I went thrifting. When I walked in the thrift store, I passed by the toy aisle, and there was a doll on the bottom shelf playing this really creepy song. And I know some dolls are cursed, but it's only $2, and the demon can keep me company, so I bought it. My mask is falling. Anyways, I brought it home, but when I looked at it again, I noticed there was a note attached to the bottom that read, make a wish or you'll float too. And I thought, that's Pennywise's line. This doll's gonna get sued for copying the movie It before it possesses me. But I do be scared of demons though. So I wished for the first thing that I could think of, which was an air fryer. Then after making my wish, I went to bed. I woke up the next morning to the birds chirping, the sunshine, and 300-pound air fryer on my chest, crushing me to the point where I couldn't breathe. I finally got it off and thought, you know what, Mr. Demon? Thank you for the air fryer. It's not exactly how Amazon would have delivered it, but I like your vision. Then I realized I have another wish left. I was thinking, what do I want more of? Some fire shoes. So I said, I want some fire. You want fire? No. I was burning down a village in Minecraft when I realized I haven't had human contact in 4 months. Since the pandemic, I've lost all social skills. When I went to the store to buy some foot cream, I screamed because I saw a live human with skin and hair. And I immediately ran out of the store. I forgot that there are like 7 billion people that exist outside my house and do their own thing. It took me a decade to learn how to have a normal conversation with strangers without my social anxiety taking over, and I don't feel like going through that again. So I decided to go live in the wilderness. I was walking around and found a really cool mushroom on the ground, and I was feeling a little hungry, so I popped it in my mouth. But all of a sudden, I felt dizzy, and that's when I tripped and passed out. I woke up to my dog trying to eat me. Really? Already? I raised her for 10 years and it took her 2 hours in the forest to eat me? Anyways, I didn't think I was gonna make it much longer, so I wrote my story in the mud for anyone who finds me. My name is Ben. The hunger is no match for me as I lay in this meadow, but behind a Home Depot. Well, I'm going home. I was really bored, so I tried to buy the most expensive thing on Gucci's website for funsies, but that's when I remembered, Ben, you can't afford Taco Bell. So I was typing random numbers, hoping one was an actual credit card number, and nothing was working. I was like, well, there goes my wool alpaca cardigan. Finally, I tried 6969. Expiration date, April 20th, aka 420, and security code 666. And I hit enter. I was like, well, that was fun. So I closed my laptop, but then I got an email saying my order had shipped. And then suddenly, I heard a knock at the door, and I was like, I didn't know what I just did, so I checked my doorbell cam and there was a stranger there. Then I heard the door open and then there were footsteps coming towards me and then falling. And then the intruder got up and said, "This is the FBI. We've got you." And I was like, "You've got me? You think you've been watching me? For the past month, I've had my FBI agent's laptop bugged. Every time he logs in to watch me, I've been watching him. In fact, I ordered this exact item knowing it would bring him here." He ran back to his HQ to open up his laptop and in disbelief, there I was, fully in control of the FBI system. Checkmate. I was taking some selfies when I realized my shadow kind of has cake, but like, I don't. I tried to triangulate the circumference of the thickness of the shadow versus the flatness of my actual buttock, and that's when I discovered the existence of alternate shadow realms. And I called up my uncle Bill Nye the Science Guy, and he told me to come to his mansion and bring my formula. I packed it all up and hit the road to some random address in the middle of Wyoming. Now, I'm pretty sure Wyoming like doesn't exist. Anyways, I arrived at the Wyoming border, and as I passed through, I teleported back. Oh my god, Wyoming really doesn't exist. That very moment, Bill Nye popped out of the bushes and told me that he was gonna steal my alternate reality formula and then throw me into the Wyoming void. I didn't know what to do as he crept closer and closer to me, but then I realized his one weakness. I chanted, "Boo! Boo! Boo!" and he became stunned. I grabbed him and threw him into the Wyoming void and he disappeared forever. Anyways, I went back home and continued to take some fun little pictures, and if you want to see the cake, my Instagram is BENOFTHEWEEK. I was about to devour the souls of some poor shrimp when I realized they still have their heads on. So I ripped the head off and then ate the shrimp, but then I remembered it's only a matter of time before the FBI catches me for replacing their website with a chicken wing video. So I decided I'll make a shrimp army. So I put the shrimp heads in a bag and then I drove home and cut some lemons and put the shrimp heads on some sticks attached to the lemons so they would stand up. Then I placed the soldiers all around my house and they were all standing guard ready to protect me. I felt so safe with my shrimp army watching guard. So I went to the kitchen to make a salmon burger, but then I remembered salmon is seafood, shrimp is seafood. My shrimp army turned around in shock and horror when they saw what I was about to do. I tried telling them I'm sorry, but they were angry and were inching closer towards me. I didn't know what they were gonna do with me, so I picked them up by their shrimp antennas and spun them like a lasso above my head, and I flung them into the sky. The battle had been won. Every year since, I visit the graves where the battle took place. I pay my respects and apologize for being so shellfish. My sleep paralysis demon woke me up last night, but like, I'm not scared of demons. In fact, I'm so bored and lonely that I've tried everything to get them to haunt me so I can have a friend. Like last week, I performed a ritual on my kitchen floor and tried to summon the ghost of Jaw, but all he did was say, "Hey," and then knocked a book on my head. Not even evil spirits want me. Then, I thought maybe if I make them angry, they'll visit me, so I used a Ouija board to call the spirits in my house ugly and fat. Then I poured up some shots of holy water. But that's when my video doorbell showed something terrifying. My front door swung open and I felt a cold breeze and it gave me goosebumps. Ah, I meant the other kind of goosebumps. I was on the ground, but when I looked up, I saw I had summoned the ghost of Chef Gusteau from Ratatouille. My kitchen lit up with cooking and light as he told me anyone can cook. There was a pot of something yummy boiling. I said, "Chef Gusteau, what are we cooking?" And he said, "When was the last time you saw your dog?" It was just a dream. Today I woke up and decided it's a good day to buy a hamster. My friend and I zoomed over to the hamster store and we looked at them and they were so cute. And we realized we need a hamster house and some hamster food. So we loaded up a cart and got a bunch of toys and bedding. Then it was time to pick a hamster. So we got an employee to open up the box and my friend picked a little one and then it bit her. And like not like a tiny bite, like this hamster got like a whole vein and there was this family watching horror as my friend lost blood. Anyways, that hamster was canceled and we grabbed a different one and the employee put her in a different box, but we were about to go in the car when we were like, this box sucks. So we put her in her own little transport orb. Then we got home and put together her little hamster house with a little carrot and we took her out the hamster ball and she was exploring and vibing and she still doesn't have a name, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. Today I gave myself a terrible haircut because my hair had the wingspan of a pterodactyl. Before I started, I needed to get prepared, so I put a garbage bag on myself to keep the hair off, but then I realized I looked like a spawn of Lucifer and I couldn't stop cry laughing. But then I parted my hair and started cutting. I didn't want to see the damage I was doing, so I didn't look and I cut it as if Helen Keller was giving herself a haircut. I accidentally cut off too much and I thought it was bad enough until the scissors started getting stuck in my hair. hair, and then I got it out, and then this just got stuck again. At this point, I'd pulled out more hair than I had cut, and I looked like an egg, so I decided to just give up and take the clips out. And when I pulled them out, I looked like an Oompa Loompa. I did cut a lot of hair, but I kind of liked how it turned out until I realized I missed a spot. And then I just started cutting pieces for fun, and then I cut too much off, and dang it, we're out of time. But if you want to see what happened, the video is on my channel, and the link is in my bio. I woke up this morning after having a nightmare where Zombie Shawn Mendes and Zombie Camila Caboo were trying to eat me. I woke up terrified and reached for my water bottle full of Red Bull, but when I looked at my hand, there was like some spot that I'd never seen before. I quickly searched to see what it was, and it said that it was cancer, but like, I'm a Virgo, so that made no sense. Anyways, I was still a little bit spooked, so I sent a picture of it to my doctor, and then I carried on with my day, which was watching 3 seasons of one show and then playing 47 games of Fortnite until 6 a.m. But the next morning I woke up and it was like itchy and bubbling, and I was like, okay, this is a demon. And just then I got a text from my doctor, and he was like, did you mean to send me a Roblox meme? And I was like, oopsie. So I sent him the actual picture and went back to bed. But when I woke up, there was like 30 more, and I was like, ah, and I started crying, and they were on my face too, and my doctor texted me that they were a flesh-eating insect, and I cried some more until one fell in my mouth. And it had a little crunch, and honestly, it kind of tasted like bacon. So like, I ate a few more, and next thing you know, I'm spooning these bugs in my mouth like it's Lucky Charms cereal. Today, I was sick of feeling lazy, so I went on the treadmill, walked 3 steps, and then got off. But as I was folding it up, my anemia hit, and I couldn't hold the treadmill anymore, and it collapsed on me. When I woke up, my arm was trapped underneath the metal, and I couldn't get out. My dog is too stupid to help me, and I couldn't even call for help because my phone was just out of reach, and I turned Siri off because last time I used her, well...
Hey Siri, call Wendy's.
Killing Wendy.
No.
The only thing within reach was a Minion figurine and a fork with a grape on it. First I ate the grape because like, grapes are delicious. But then it hit me what needed to be done. I put the Minion in my mouth so that I wouldn't scream. Then I grabbed the plastic fork and I took my arm up. Wait, does that say emergency release latch? As in like, I did not have to sever my arm. I did not need to cut off my arm. So I was on the phone with 911 because I had made some banana soup with a hint of ranch dressing, and I'd left the gas burner on, and I was scared my house would blow up. So I said, please help. And the operator was like, it's gonna be okay. We're on our way. And me being so starved for human interaction replied, okay, I'll see you soon. And I began to prepare for my date with the emergency services person. I dimmed the lights to set the mood, and then I set the table and put out the banana soup I'd cooked earlier, and poured some fancy jus d'orange. I changed out of my depression fit into something slightly less depressing, and attempted to fix my hair, but I ended up wanting to cut it all off and had a mental breakdown. But I was like, another day. Suddenly I heard the doorbell ring. I got up and ran over to let them in, but I was so excited that I didn't see the charger on the floor. I forgot there was gas in my house, and I tripped over it and it created a spark, and next thing you know, today, I'm surprising my mom with cooked snails for dinner. But these aren't normal snails. These are from the dollar store. So I had all the ingredients to make it into a pasta dish. So I opened up the can of snails and... It got in my eye! I got snail juice in my eye. So those are my nasty, smelly snails, and I put them in a bowl when I started on the pasta. We got noodles, tarragon, and pasta sauce, baby. I boiled some water and spilled half the pasta while it went in. And then it started boiling over, and I was panicking. But then I was draining it, and 3 noodles were getting stuck, and I was getting mad. Next, we were mincing garlic for the escargot, and it looked like little mini garlic noodles, love. Then I put it all together with the snails, garlic, blue cheese, tarragon, and threw her in the oven. I felt like Remy from Ratatouille, baby. Minus being the chef, I just felt like the rat. Then my mom got home. It's almost dinner time.
Smells good.
Guess what it is?
It smells like some sort of garlicky wine sauce.
Okay, but there's something else added. The link is in the bio if you want to see or get surprised with snails. Me and my 80-year-old neighbor Myrtle have been leaving each other messages through our windows to stay entertained during quarantine. That's until yesterday when she wrote a very threatening sign. I know she's an old lady, but that made my anxiety go ding, 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 ding. When I went downstairs, the door was open, like she said, and there was a box. But then my ADHD distracted me, and I started thinking, why did Roddy Ricch name the song The Box? Is he really just rapping about a box? Did he order? Snap out of it, Ben. You potentially have an elderly intruder in your house. She could, like, bite me with her dentures or something and give me corona. I took the box and screamed, leave me alone, Myrtle! And then went to go make my final sign. I placed it in my window where I knew she would see it. Here's a fun Ben fact. I'm an expert in archery, and I'm not afraid to turn her into Myrtle on a stick. I felt prepared, but all I could do now was wait around for Myrtle to make her move. But I got curious and decided to check out the box. It could have been booby-trapped. Ha, booby. For all I know, but I opened it anyways, and it turns out it was cookies. She baked me cookies. So I was busy trying to carbonate milk with my mom's soda stream and make milk soda when my friend who lives in a different city texted me, "Come here now." I get really scared when people send a text and end it with a period. So naturally I ignored the text and laid in bed and stressed about it until 30 minutes later when they texted me again. I checked the text and it said, "It's an emergency." And I was like, emergency? Emergency. Just like call 911 or something. But then I thought, maybe their like hamster died or something. So I got up, got all the way in my car, turned on some Harry Styles, but then after 20 minutes of driving, I had to pull over because I was crying too hard. To feel better, I switched on Crazy Frog.
What's going on?
Sometimes when I listen to a really good song in the car, I kind of lose track of how fast I'm going. So while I was in the middle of vibing, I saw flashing lights behind me. But then I remembered getting arrested is a choice, and today I choose not to be arrested. So it turns out that's actually not my choice, but I did get these really cool mugshot pictures out of it. You should totally go check them out on my Instagram. It's @BenOfTheWeek. And comment Crazy Frog if you came from this TikTok. Okay, love you, bye.
Myrtle, why are you walking so slow, man? You're 80. The Grim Reaper's right there. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. I bet your bones would just go snap, crackle, pop if I just hit the gas right now. You're finally done. Who would have thought? Not me. Myrtle, your husband has fallen and cannot get up.
So I think I have a stalker, and it's starting to freak me out. It started a month ago when I'd accidentally showed my address on my story. I deleted it immediately, but a few days later, my doorbell rang in the middle of the night. Then a week later, I found a Nintendo DS outside my house that said, "Hello, Benjamin." And then a week after that, I found one inside my bathroom while I was showering. And it said, "See you soon." But first of all, I don't even know where he's getting all these Nintendo DS's from. Like, they don't even make those Mama Jamas anymore. Personally, if I was invading someone's privacy, I'd use sticky notes or something. Anyways, I decided to change my front door code to a really secret number. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then the next day, I heard the door unlock, and then someone came downstairs and they were wearing a black hoodie and black jeans, and I thought they were gonna kidnap me, but I welcomed the stalker. I haven't had a human interested in me in months, so I asked them to come cuddle with me. But they looked so caught off guard when I asked them to come under the blankets. And then I guess I out-creeped the creep when I tried to lick his toes. And that's when he ran away. My stalker doesn't even want me, bruh. I was devouring the fried soul of a baby octopus when I realized I want one of those trendy octopus plants. So I drove to the nearest plant store, which was just called Plant, and I found them. I couldn't just plop it on the floor, so I got a cool little kit to put the octoplant in. And then I shoplifted a single leaf, because I haven't shoplifted like forever, and I wanted some action. Then we were driving home, and I saw some sirens, because I guess they saw me steal the leaf, so I hopped out the car and hid in a bush until they drove away. Anyways, we got home and put together a little octopus ball for the little octopus baby, and added sand and gravel and the octopi. Fun fact, the plural for octopus is actually octopi. Anyways, then we finished it off with moss and grabbed a hook to hang it on the wall with. Oh yeah, we also got a cactus, and we were putting it in a pot, but then there wasn't enough dirt, so we did a dirt transplant from the plant, but that plant didn't survive the transplant, so we transplanted dirt from the big plant to the cactus plant, but during the transplant, we spilled some dirt. Anyways, now that we have a cute little octopus plant and a cactus, they need some names, so please help me find one. So I was trying to make carbonated mayonnaise with my mom's soda stream, and although it splattered everywhere, I had the idea. What if I made a meal with every single expired thing in my house? There are children with no food starving somewhere, and if I can reduce my waste, well, they'll probably still be starving, but at least no food will be wasted. First, I grabbed an onion that's been sitting behind the toilet for some reason for 5 years. I chopped it up and cried because it's an onion, and then I smelled it, and it smelled like Shrek's toast, so I threw up. I put the onion in a bowl, and then I grabbed Aunt Jemima syrup. It expired 3 years ago, but Miss Jemima doesn't look a day over 60. I poured the syrup on the onions and then grabbed a bean curd snack. It said it was expired, so I threw it in the bowl anyways. Then I grabbed a frozen glove of beans and tried to break it open, but I had to use a shovel and I ended up just cutting off a bean finger, but I wanted lots, so I just threw the whole thing in. And I finished it off with some chia seeds that expired in 1998. How have they not become chia trees yet? Then I threw it in the microwave, haha, beans in the microwave, and I gave it 100 minutes. I tried eating it, but unsurprisingly, I threw up after mixing every rotten thing in my house together. Okay, love you, bye. Okay, this is why I'm banned from Zoom. A few weeks ago, I joined some of my followers' Zoom classes.
I'm with Zoom technical support, and we've been getting some DDoS attacks, and they've got like your Minecraft password, your Roblox password.
I don't actually have Minecraft or any of that.
No, it was just some good old jokes, and I posted on YouTube for fun, but what I didn't expect was for the video to get almost 2 million views. And I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. And then I went to bed, and when I checked my email the next day, I found out that people snitched, and the teacher sent privacy complaints. Now, I haven't been on this planet for too long, but I did not think jail would be coming this soon. So obviously, I blurred all the faces out, and I thought it was done, but that's when I got emails from some of them. The first email was from a mom asking if it was her child that sent me the Zoom link, and I'm like, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Oh wait, I do remember. It was a big old bowl of nothing, because my stomach doesn't activate until 3 p.m, and I hate eggs because they're just chicken poop that becomes a baby chicken. Anyways, I told her I didn't know until a teacher emailed me. We're out of time, but if you want to see what they said and why Zoom banned me, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio.
Hey guys, I'm really sad to announce that my dog Kobe is gone.
Cause she's a freaking sheep now. Look at how long her fur is. This pandemic has closed every single dog grooming place in my town, leaving my dog that usually looks like a rat into a sheep. But I finally found one that was open. It's me. I have a pair of scissors, so I'm gonna give her a haircut right now. I was about to make the first snip when I realized how bad the haircut that I gave myself was. So I decided to leave it to the pros. I put her leash on, headed out the door, and popped her in the car. Now we were driving to the groomers, but there was a Karen driving right in my butt cheeks because I was going so slow. But like, that's my baby. I'm gonna drive slow. So I dropped some nails out my window and Karen hit the ditch. Anyways, it was finally time to drop her off. I pulled her out of the car and told her she's the goodest girl. And then I dropped her off. I cried a lot driving home, but if you want to see what she looks like shaved, I'll post her on my Instagram story at BENOFTHEWEEK. Today I went to Starbucks to order something off the secret menu. They were like,
"Hi, welcome to Starbucks. Can I take your order?"
Could I get the FBI special?
And then they were like,
"Password?"
And I said,
Booty Pebble.
"Okay, please pull ahead to the next window."
I drove up and they gave me my secret menu items. It was so secret that I didn't even know what it was. But I drove home and I was about to eat my secret menu items when I go, worm water? I thought, that is disgusting, but what about the food? I opened it up and there was mud in it. Now, I've been a vegan as of 3 hours ago. It's been 3 hours since I've had string cheese. And I wasn't sure if dirt is vegan. So I grabbed my laptop and I looked it up, and dirt comes from dead plants and animals. But vegetables are grown in dirt. Does that mean the vegetables are meat? Okay guys, I've officially quit being vegan. Now I'm excited to announce I'm an airtarian. I only drink water and eat air. You can actually cook air in so many different ways, like you can microwave it, boil it if you want. You can even air fry air. I can't wait to see my results in a month.
Oh, we all become dirt in the end.
Someone thousands of years ago looked at this cute little animal and thought, "Ooga booga, we will cook and eat it." But then they saw this little one and they're like, "Guys, we can't cook and eat this one. This one we're gonna name Oreo and pull a bow tie on it." But then they saw this one and they thought, "Double combo! We're gonna cook and eat this one, and then we're also gonna play with the little dangly thing that hangs by its butthole until it shoots out white liquid, and then we're gonna drink it and not ask any questions." And then they saw this one and decided to eat this too, despite it looking like a demon! Do y'all remember that trend where people would draw their entire life story? Well, I'm gonna be the first TikToker to do it. Hi, I'm Ben, and I was born at 0 years old in Edmonton, Canada. Right when I was born, my parents and I moved from Canada to Massachusetts, United States. And my mom would take me to the beach a lot to collect rocks until one day a nuclear reactor almost melted down, so we stopped going there. When I started school, I was low-key really big-brained, and I was such a smart cookie that they put me in the smart kids class. That was until I found out that smart kid class is 7 hours a day, not 3 hours like preschool was, so I literally ran out of the classroom to escape, and when the teacher caught me, I kicked her in the thigh and gave her a permanent bruise, so I feel bad about that. Anyways, I got a dog named Kobe and I love her so much. I can't draw her, so here's her on the table. The middle school I went to was really, and I was the only brown kid there, so I got bullied. Oh crap, I'm out of time. If you want to see more about that and how I was an exchange student in Japan and my girlfriend, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. Today I looked in the mirror and thought, that's not me. That's a skinny little stick bug. I've had no motivation to go get up and make a proper meal for the past month, and I look like a stick bug. I'll eat maybe one brownie that has no nutritional value and then go back to bed at 2 p.m. Or I'll eat 4 tortilla chips and then say, "Bon appetit, baby, dinner served." So I thought if there's ever been a time to get so many muscles that I look like a cumulonimbus cloud and drift off into the atmosphere, it's now. What I lacked was motivation. So to get a good jump start to my insane Dwayne The Rock Johnson workout routine, I went outside in freezing weather completely naked into the snow. In addition to giving myself hypothermia, my elderly neighbor Myrtle saw my lovely peaches and had a heart attack. To try and warm up before I literally die, I put my Crocs into sport mode and started running on the treadmill. And like, it wasn't that bad until I sneezed. I accidentally hit the 10 miles per hour button instead of the 2 miles per hour that I was leisurely walking at. And well, I took a little bit of a tumble. I woke up 10 minutes later feeling a little bit tingly to look down and see that my foot had fallen off. Anyways, now I only use the treadmill to serve myself English muffins because I can't walk.
So my horses' names are Beanie, Marcella, Poofy, Toofy, Fluffy, Muffy.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you. I was just wondering what the Wi-Fi password is.
Oh, we don't need that fear. We have plenty of horses.
Yeah, see, I was just gonna quickly check. I was just gonna check if my friend's coronavirus test came back positive. So if I could just get the Wi-Fi.
Shut your damn mouth right now. Mommy says the internet turns your brain to mice.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna use my data, but I just tried calling 911 and it says there's no service. So
Good. I cut the phone lines with my razor sharp horse teeth.
Hey, am I allowed to leave? Can I go?
Of course you are, silly. I was just joking. If you want to leave, the bus comes soon.
Okay, thanks for having me. I'm gonna...
Oh, or you can always take one of the horses.
I was was laying in the grass, trying to get a bee to bite me so that I could become one of them and pee honey and then sell it and become rich. But all I got was a lump and an allergic reaction. But as my throat was closing up, a genius idea came to my head. My house and burps in hundreds of containers, and in an hour I had millions of dollars worth of product. I set up my website and the burps were flying off the shelves. I finally had enough money to buy my dream purchase on Amazon. So I ordered some uranium, hoping there would be enough to build my own nuclear power plant so that I could live on a deserted island forever. I was waiting and waiting for my package, and I started getting worried. My mailman always loses my packages, and uranium starts to decay if it's not held carefully. And eventually it'll Okay, so I don't think I'm going to the island.